Hey everybody, welcome back to J&J Tabletop. This is episode, we just said this, 17? 17. Oh no, did I get it wrong?
No,
No, it is 17.
All right.
He's not good at math either.
I got distracted by Lee's math.
Lee, you do math?
46, I can't believe it.
So this is episode 17 of our playthrough of Vecna, Eve of Ruin. I'm the real Josh T. I'm your dungeon master this evening. I am joined by our three players that we always have. Jake, or at JnJake. We have Michael, or at Mr. Yoda _I_am. And we have Beverly, or at this crits. You can find him at youtube.com/@thiscrits. I'm still trying to find out what Lee is short for. So what did I get it? Is it Beverly? Can I start calling you?
It was Leland.
Well, yeah.
It's not Leland?
I don't particularly like.
That's about all he's gonna give us.
I'm not giving you guys anything except
Yes.
you should give him hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like the video and subscribe today.
There we go.
Well said.
Progressively get more and more puppets or muppets as this game continues.
There's only 2 more players. That's all I'm saying.
Wow. All right. Thank you for joining us this evening, or whatever time it is that you're watching. We, I think, are just gonna jump right back into it. Don't start from episode 17 though. Watch another episode first if you want to do this. Watch episode 12 first, and then go to 17.
What a weird number to choose.
They're already weird if they're starting off at 17. So
This bit needs to end. This bit has to stop. I'm putting my foot down.
Let us know in the comment section.
Listen, it'll end when we know what Lee stands for.
yeah, that's right.
Ooh, that's a good negotiation point. I like it.
Tiny little nuts.
You know, nobody knows why you're saying that.
I know. That makes it so much better.
It's for
We do.
little nuts.
We do.
There you go. So, last time, our group of adventurers, they are on the hunt for the third piece of the Rod of 7 Parts, which they are going to use to attempt to thwart Vecna before he reshapes the multiverse in his image. Like that. So, they have gone to the setting of Eberron. They're in the Mournlands. And they have been exploring a kind of like nasty, spooky, weird forest kind of at the base of a large mountain right along a river or a stream. In their explorations, they have found the ruins of a colossi, explored it, and it has been several days, I think, at this point, based on... Right, you're on your third one, then you had a sleep, and then you had another sleep, and then I think you're on your 4th day here, but who knows? There's no way to be sure. You had found a group of veterans who are Siren. They are kind of left behind in the ruins and the wreckage after this war. They lost everything, and they're really just trying to survive, mostly off of like moldy ration. They told you that there is a group of Warforged nearby, and these Warforged, they have something that you want. These Warforged have a docent. Yes, I had to look that up because I always want to say dulcimer. Thank you, Echo. So you need this to find the next piece of the rod. The veterans want this because they need some money to save their people and really just get a better life for themselves. And these Warforged have it. So you go back to the veterans camp, you invite them to your Milo's magnificent mansion, or is that what it's called? Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion, something like that. I don't know. He loves alliteration.
Yeah, alliteration's good.
Yeah. We love it.
For short.
Yeah, there you go. You have a party, everybody gets drunk, and Kalith, the leader of these veterans, she tells you why they need these docents, why they wanted you to help them fight these Warforged or scare them off. And Aradel, maybe totally out of the goodness of his heart, maybe partly because he was pretty drunk, he ends up giving almost all of the gold that they need. He just takes out his coin purse and slaps it on the table and says, "Here, have at it." Yeah, you do this, you have more conversations with them, you end up giving them the rest of the gold, you find out some more information about Blades who are operating in the area. The Blades are kind of like a cult / army of Warforged nearby, and Kalith agrees to lead you to the Warforged camp so that you can talk to them about possibly using one of the docents that they have, because they have a pile of them. In your travels, you come across a blaze bear. Comes out of the trees in the woods. A fight begins between Aradel and Biggus, and a little bit of Milo, I think, too. I don't remember if Dissonant Whispers does damage. I think it does. Yeah, thanks. You dealt 169 points of damage to this creature.
Nice. Nice.
It stuns Biggus, and Milo uses the Dissonant Whispers to have it run away. Now the battlefield spread out a little bit more. These Warforged scouts pop out of the trees and they attack. So, starting really from the middle of initiative, these scouts and the lieutenant are up. Milo will be on deck. And, oh, cool. Forgot about that. You could see it on the top right of the screen. So, seeing you separated. First one, I'm going to start off with B on the bottom left. Is going to make an attack. All right. Well, first one is a crit to hit you.
What's happening? Who's being attacked and by whom?
Milo is being attacked by Blade Scout B on the bottom left.
Last mistake he'll ever make. Trying to be like Luke Skywalker.
Probably. Second attack is a 23 to hit.
Yeah.
And third attack is actually going for Kalith. 24 to hit, so that'll hit. So all three of those attacks are hits.
Oh, nuts.
There we go. First attack's going to be 12 piercing damage for you, Jacob.
Okay.
Second attack is 11 piercing damage.
23 all day.
Last one, do 12 damage. Homegirl. Ooh, got it. Right. Gonna move up to Blade Scout A. Emerges from the trees. And why would it go past Biggus? You're right. I'll go right for him. Disadvantage to hit, correct?
Yes.
Alright. First one's a crit miss. Second is a 17.
That misses.
And the third might hit. That's a 19.
That does hit.
Okay.
And now this round, I don't have disadvantage anymore.
Okay. And it's only going to deal 8 slashing damage to you. So not not too much for 3 attacks. Oh, what's happening over there? Somebody's preparing an AoE.
Just prepare. No,
Pay no mind to the giant red square on the side of the map.
All right. This lieutenant is gonna go. Also going for Milo. First attack is a 17.
I'm gonna cast shield.
Right. Second attack is a 15.
That's a miss.
Third attack is a 23.
23 hits.
Okay. Well, at least you got one of them, right?
It's true. It's true.
And that's going to be 12 piercing damage.
So when I do shield, my arcane ward recharges by 2, so it's like 10.
Okay. All right. And I feel like I'd have to be reading this wrong. Sorry, but yeah. And Milo, you said you're 30 feet up.
I am, yes.
You drop 30 feet to the ground as you have the prone condition. No save.
There's no save. Okay.
No save. That's why
and I just used my reaction.
Like...
I just used my reaction on shield. So yeah, here we go. Was it 3d6 damage?
Yes. Okay.
Do you want me to roll it? Or
yeah. Go for it. Go for it.
12 more damage.
As the lieutenant kind of repositions himself. So to is a little bit. And that will end the enemy's turns. As just says to you, this is our turf. And it's Milo. Milo, prone.
Milo just you hear him just go and he hits the ground, and I feel like there's a moment where the wind is sort of knocked out of him, but he kind of just flourishes his wand quickly, and he's gonna cast slow, and all 3 of them and the Blaze Bear have to make wisdom saving throws.
Yes.
DC 20 now.
That's bananas.
That it is. So Blaze Bear fails, that was a 15. Scout A fails with a 13. Scout B fails with a 16. Yeah, one more. Let's see. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Get big money, no whammies. That's an 18. So they all fail.
Big whammies.
You're about to get your
Okay.
whammies.
Yeah. I think Milo kind of stumbles to his feet. He calls his broom down to him, which has 50 feet of movement, so it's 20 to get to me, and I've used half of my speed. I say 20, 30 to get to me. He's got 20 left on the broom. He can't take, the lieutenant can't take a reaction because of slow, which I'm gonna change the border color. We'll go, I didn't like blue. Blue didn't work out for me. I feel like Milo, as it's coming down, Milo just kind of like hops up and just lands on the broom, and he's gonna fly behind Kalith. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. And he's a stubborn boy, so he's gonna fly up. I'll call it 10 feet in the air.
Good.
Yikes.
I saw that one. I didn't use it, but
Okay, anyway.
Brings us to the top.
One of our pastimes
initiative.
is making funny gifs in our group chats while someone else is trying to do something.
Yes, exactly.
That's the only information we'll give. But that's going to be it from Milo.
So,
Although, actually, I have a
oh,
bonus action. I don't think there's anything I can Yeah, that's it. I would have to cast a spell, and although I get a free use of Misty Step, which doesn't use a spell slot, so I can do that. So I will Misty Step. Let's zoom out a little bit. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's just gonna be over here, just above on the tree branches, where if he got knocked out again, maybe he could land in a branch instead.
Yeah. Nice, very strong turn, Milo. Brings us to the top with Aradel.
All right. I bet you can't tell what I'm going to do.
And probably hit something with the sword.
I'm going to swing and I'm going to hit. All right. My first attack is with advantage because it just happens now. On the bear. That's a 27 to hit. That's a Vex weapon, so that's another attack with advantage. That's a cocked. That's a 26 to hit. The next attack, which is also a Vex weapon, is going to be only an 18, but I don't think that matters. And then the fourth attack, which is also going to be an advantage because that's a thing that happens now, is another 27. Or 29. All right. My least favorite. Do you need the damage differences? I don't know.
No, I don't.
Okay, so 1, 2.
Oh,
3.
actually, no, I still don't. But
So yes or you don't?
no, I don't. I said actually to something different, and it didn't matter. But
Okay.
yeah, you're good. Roll.
The first attack is gonna be 21 damage. The second attack is going to be 19 damage. The third attack is going to be 12 damage. And the fourth attack is going to be 12 damage.
All right.
That is my turn.
Good turn. It is the Blaze Bear's turn. Biggus is on deck. Try something. All right. So the Blaze Bear is going to use Stunning Gaze within 120 feet, which I believe Milo is within. Well, with the Blaze Bear. You know, this is hard mode. Doesn't matter. Okay. Blaze Bear is using Stunning Gaze. It's going for Milo, and one of the two of you give me a D4.
2.
It's going for Milo and Aradel, so I need a wisdom save from the both of you.
Dirty 20.
Nice. That's a save.
I got 20.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Both save. That's the end of the Blaze Bear's turn. Biggus, you're up.
So Biggus just turns around and wallops this guy with his thunder gauntlets, or at least he tries to.
Nice.
The Blade Scout A.
Yeah, go for it.
That is a dirty 20.
That's a hit.
Right.
You should
So
really
nice.
wash your 20s.
And that is 11 thunder damage. And then Biggus goes, I'll be back for you. And then he turns and swings his bonkus at the Blaze Bear.
All right. Nice.
And that is a 22 to
That's a
hit.
hit.
I love the commentary for Biggus. I feel like it's fit. I just love it.
And that is 17 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah. It's the creature, like, it's still up, but like bones are clearly broken. Spikes that were sticking out of it have snapped. You know, like it's a mess.
That will end my turn.
All right. That brings us to the scouts. The scouts and the lieutenant. They all share initiative.
Kayla, what about, did Kayla do anything on her turn?
Did I fully skip her turn? Yeah, I skipped her turn. She's supposed to go before Biggus. She goes after Biggus. Good call. So we are gonna make we're gonna do a attack with the bow on the Blade Scout A. Gonna be a miss. It's a 13. The second one, and that's a natural 20. So that's gonna be 17 damage to Mr. Blade Scout A.
Damn.
And Keyleth will just kind of reposition a little bit. That ends her turn. That brings us to the Blade Scouts. It's me for a little bit. Next. Not much that these boys can do compared to what they normally do. So he has disadvantage to hit anything except for Biggus, who he also has disadvantage to hit.
On his single attack.
It's a good build. It's a really good build.
Yeah, and only one attack. Yeah.
Let's roll for funsies. Intelligence. 10 or higher. Says he knows who's concentrating. It's 17. So he's going to make a bolt launcher attack on Milo. And that is a natural 3, which is a miss. Blade Scout B, gonna go for Aradel with a bolt launcher attack. That is a 19 to hit.
I'm gonna use my reaction, so nope, it's gonna miss.
All right. And then, Lieutenant, what's the change to, is there a change to speed? I feel like there has to be for slowed, right?
I think it's half. Is it half speed?
I think you're right.
Yeah, speed is half.
So, I'm gonna move more down
That's so ridiculous.
It's a
He
good
walks like.
with move. Yeah. He's definitely smart enough. He's going to use his launcher on Milo. That is a 19, which I imagine just hits, but I also imagine that you're going to do something else. So, does that hit?
Yeah, so this. It doesn't. No, the bolt comes after him. Milo flourishes his wand, and then some point defense style sparks just fly out and just knock the bolt out of its trajectory.
All right. Well, they weren't able to accomplish anything, but I think Milo can, as it's Milo's turn again.
Yeah, I'm been trying to think real hard about what I want to do. You said that the blaze bear looks like it's barely hanging on, right?
It's not doing great.
I'm gonna do a classic Ray of Frost at the blaze bear.
Nice. Very nice.
Classic at this point. And that would be a 29 to hit. I'm pretty sure that works.
Yeah, that hits.
Come on, baby. For 12 cold damage.
Okay. It is still up, but actually barely this time.
Barely.
Yeah.
Lee shows up in the form of a bear. He's a druid. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate that. If anyone hasn't noticed what he did.
Oh, everyone noticed. They're just ignoring it.
So Milo, you still have a bonus action and a movement.
I do, and I'm gonna cast Healing Word on myself.
He noticed immediately. He noticed.
Well, that's not the first they did it.
I just flash them every now and again. Who was that?
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, what?
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's
That's 12,
uncanny.
12 healing.
Nice. Very nice. And will that end your turn?
Am I able to get cover if I were to go deeper into the trees, or like concealment even?
Yeah, I mean, they're not. You would probably be able to get some form of cover in there. Yeah, I would say they're probably not as thick as they actually seem on there. I mean, if you went like deep into it, like maybe, but staying in the general.
Yeah, I mean, like if I were able
vicinity.
to like fly back here, because I get 50 feet of flying speed, if I could just kind of. That's kind of my thought process, so I could not be targeted, because I know my spell is kind of important right now.
Yeah,
But however you want to rule that, half cover, 3/4 cover, whatever.
I would say 3/4 cover, probably.
Okay. And yeah, that will be it for Mr. Milo.
Aradel.
That is me.
Mm-hmm.
I will attack the bear.
Aradel chooses the bear.
But I'm not gonna use advantage. I'm just gonna hold on to it.
Okay. Probably smart. Given
That's
the
a
situation.
27 for the first hit. So I'm gonna hold off on. Should I roll damage?
Yeah, roll damage.
Okay. That is. Oh, it's not that good.
Oh, is he
12?
still holding on?
12.
12 damage? Yeah. It's what is it? What does it look like when you kill this thing?
I don't know. I stab him with the flame sword and it burns and it doesn't even look like he's dying because he's already on fire, right? So
Yeah.
just more flames.
Yep. Awful. It lets out this like.
Yeah. And then I go zoom. And I do my other attacks against this guy. This has advantage with my random advantage I get with a 25. My next attack is gonna be again at advantage because Vex is a thing with another 25. And my third and final attack, which is also gonna be with advantage, is going to be a 27. All right, my first attack.
All of those shockingly hit.
Is gonna be. Does damage type matter?
No.
18 for the first attack, 13 for the second attack, and then 9 for the third attack.
All right. Good start.
And that's my turn. Actually, I'm gonna use my bonus action to second wind too, and that's my turn.
Okay.
Ooh, 20 health, baby.
Nice. Okay, Biggus.
Second wind is a game changer.
Pretty damn
Biggest.
good.
Takes a step right here. And you see him just like, he holds out Bunkus. And lightning bolt.
Nice.
That is a Dex 18 save, and don't forget the -2 modifier to Dex saves.
Well done.
That's slow.
That.
Milo's hand comes out and high fives Biggus. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Yeah. It would be a 19, but it's a -2, so that brings it to 17.
And it's an 18 save, so.
Yeah.
And
Proficiency bonus and slow.
Yes.
the other guy is a 15. Actually, no, it's a 13. So, yeah, both of them fail.
Yikes.
31 lightning damage to both.
Nice.
Nice.
And the trees behind the Blade Lieutenant burst into flames.
I
Yeah.
think it does say that, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And there's just like the arms kind of like move like wildly for a second. There's burn marks, on both of them. The ground is singed beneath their feet. What else would you like to do?
That will end my turn.
All right. Caliph will, I think, abandon this quest of that person. Sword. Huh?
Question, just a side, I don't want to be cheaty. Did you remake the save after their turn for slow?
Good point. I think it is every round. That's the thing I forget often.
An affected
Yeah, at the end
creature
of each of
repeats the
their turns.
save. Alright. Thank you for saying that. First one fails. Second one, it's wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Blade Scout B, that's a 25. So
Yeah, that saves.
and we got one more.
Wouldn't have changed the lightning bolt. That's good.
Come on, Lieutenant. No, that's a natural 4.
Perfect. Didn't change a damn thing.
We did it right the whole time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So Caliph going to roll to attack. Oh boy. Is that a 13? Is that what that comes out to? No, yeah, it's a 13, so it's a miss. And second attack. Okay, it's a dirty 20. Which will deal 7, alright, and 10 slashing damage. And ain't much, but it adds up.
Honest living.
Yeah. And that brings us to the Blade Scout. Smoking from the attack on him. Blade Scout A is going for Biggus. That is 18.
At disadvantage?
At disadvantage, yeah, it would have been. It was
hit.
Yeah, he's got like a blade like sticking out of his arm, like it's part of him. But it only does 10 slashing damage to you. So there's that. That will end that one. Good Scout B, making normal attacks now. First attack is a 24 to hit Aradel. Second attack is a natural 20.
Those are both going to hit.
And third attack is a 14.
That's a miss.
Yeah, thanks. So 15 slashing on the first attack. Second one was the crit. 26 slashing damage for the second attack.
Okie dokie.
And it's actually going to use its bonus action, kind of dash away, not provoking an opportunity attack.
Oh, wow.
Because that's a thing that they do.
What if I told you I picked up Sentinel?
Did you pick up Sentinel?
No, I hate that fucking feat.
Oh.
He just wants to know what would happen.
What would happen if I
did? If you told me you picked up Sentinel, I'd say, did you? And the answer is
happened.
Yeah, no. Then if it's a separate attack, it's not an opportunity. It's all right. I lost count. 10. There's the going.
I've successfully disrupted the game.
Nice.
I feel as though I've made a mistake, but that's okay. All right, Lieutenant is gonna go. He's got half movement. Make an attack on Caliph. It's a 3 and a 5, so that's a miss. They're all gonna do save. Not all, I guess both of them are gonna do saves.
I feel like Josh is like, secret tunnel.
It's a 5 on the Blade Scout, but a natural 19 for the Lieutenant. So
And he does have a bonus, I'm assuming.
He does have a bonus.
Because otherwise that fails.
It's 20, 21 to be specific. That's fine, right? It was 20 that you needed?
20 is the DC, yeah.
Right. Thank you. Okay. And that brings us to Milo.
I just gotta take out a little measuring stick here for a quick moment, because I kind of don't like what these people are doing here. So what do we do? Oh no, I would get Aradel.
And Biggus.
Well, yeah, I guess Biggus or Aradel. Who do I like more? No, hold on. Wait a minute. Michael, don't you tempt me. I'm thinking I'm going to fly out from cover. You want to call this difficult terrain, which with the way I'm was kind of situated, or what do you want to?
I think that's fair if you're in there deep. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to fly down here, and he's going to drop a Rhymes Binding Ice. And they all three need to make Constitution saving throws, please. As a cone of frigid air, not the refrigerator company.
The 17 for Scout A, an 8 for Scout B,
Oof.
and it probably just misses the 19 for the lieutenant.
Level 12 Milo would not have overcome that, but level 13 Milo does.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they all take 6 cold damage because I rolled like shite when it comes to my damage roll. But they are hindered by ice formations for 1 minute, or until it or another creature within reach of it uses its action to break away the ice. A creature hindered by ice has its speed reduced to 0.
It's grappled by the ice.
So that was 30 movement for Milo. And then he's gonna, because this one doesn't get a reaction, fly back and trying to get cover. So that was, we'll say 40 the way he's trying to do it, and 50.
A really annoying magical mosquito.
That's the idea. And that's gonna be it for him.
Okay. Nice.
I think Milo might say, they can't move.
Okay.
And that brings us back to Aradel.
Yeah, I'll bet you money you won't be able to guess what I'm about to do.
I don't know. Surprise us.
Okay, I'm gonna go right here,
Malaysian?
and I'm on. Oh god, I'm getting the flashbacks. The comment section. I'm going to, before I do anything, tell everyone and yell out, "Don't kill them!" And then I'm gonna make non-lethal attacks against the lieutenant.
Okay. You got a ways to go before you have to worry about whether you're lethal or non-lethal. But
You know what? Fine. Here's what's gonna happen then. I will Hunter's Mark the lieutenant, and then we'll do this. All right, fine. First attack with advantage is 25. Second attack with advantage, assuming that hits,
yeah.
is a natural 20. Third attack with advantage is a 22.
Yep.
Okay, I'm then gonna action surge. Fourth attack is gonna be with advantage. Is a natural 20. Fifth attack is gonna be with advantage. A 27. Sixth attack is gonna be a 19 for another crit. Yes.
Oh baby, here come the math sweats.
So that's three crits.
How many hit? I lost all of them hit, right? Three crits, 3 non-hits or non-crits.
3 regular, 3 crit.
And they're all with my flame
Living up to that name.
because there were no bonus actions. So that's 3d6 for all of them. Hold on a minute. So let's do the non-crits first. The first non-crit is gonna be
Here come the
16.
math sweats.
16 for the first attack. Second attack for the non-crit is gonna be another 16. Next non-crit is gonna be 20. Now for the crits, I'm gonna roll double the amount of dice. Oh my god. 33 for the first crit. Second crit. Oh, that's terrible. 19 for the second crit. And for the third crit, 32.
You just dealt
I did
136
not
damage.
even include Hunter's Mark in that. Let me re-roll my D6 again. Hold on a second. That's one. That's another 3.
That's
That's another 2.
96.
139.
That's another 5. So
3, 2, 5.
So that's 10. 3, 2,
That gets critted too.
3.
3 of them do, yeah.
3. 1. 6. 6. 6. Did you?
Well, he still has single-digit hit points left. So...
Oh my god!
Hold on a second. What else can I do here? Hold on.
How much was that?
I got nothing. Wait a second.
I lost count at 132.
Wait, I can do something because my last attack that hit did not vex. I can't do anything important. No damage.
What do you mean you can't do anything important and your last one didn't vex?
Because I would have had a vex. When I hit a person with a weapon, if I don't choose to use the vex property, which I wouldn't do on my last attack, I could use another property. Like
Apple?
Well, I don't know. I don't actually know what my flame tongue has. I think it might just be Vex. But I can change it to push or
well, as
something.
a fighter, you have your level 9 feature.
Yeah, I don't remember what they are though.
Push slow and sap.
There's so
You
many
could
things to
impose
read here. I'm
disadvantage.
sorry.
You good?
I can slow them. Yeah, they can't move now, but they already can't move. Doesn't matter. Whatever.
You doubly can't move.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. How much damage was that?
I don't know.
Before Hunter's Mark, 132 I had. Oh,
After
no,
Hunter's
you
Mark,
did
I
32.
did
136. 136 before Hunter's Mark.
Okay, so I had 3 6s, then I had at least 10, 20. We'll rewatch it in the VOD and figure it
Yeah.
out. Who cares?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was. I know
didn't
you.
even use my gloves.
I know you action surged, but I've never seen that much damage done in a single turn.
That's 3 crits, man. That was
That was something. That was something right there.
Yeah.
I'm a little insulted they're still up, if I'm being honest.
That's why I'm happy they are, because you very much deserve to have killed that. And honestly, if I didn't start this off with you got a ways to go before you have to start, then I probably would have just said you did so much damage in one hit that it just dies regardless, or one hit. But you know what? Sticking to my guns here.
You challenged me. Oh
So,
man.
Is there anything else that Aradel does before we move to Biggus?
Nope.
All right, Biggus, your move.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing non-lethal damage, does the creature still go to 0 hit points?
I think it's technically like 1 hit point and they're unconscious, because 0 hit points for a creature, rules as written, is they just die immediately. There's no like unconscious type. Why do you ask?
But because Great Weapon Master, if I reduce somebody's 0 hit points.
Oh no, that would still count. That would still count. Yeah.
Well, I mean, just I'm not saying to not, but I was just curious. Like,
yeah, I would never. If you drop a creature, whether it's lethal or non-lethal, you drop them, as far as I'm concerned, which would give you access to your thing.
So can Biggus squeeze in here?
Oh, right in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. Biggus is gonna. I mean, because he sees how rough the Blade Lieutenant is after just that assault, and so he is going to try to non-lethally attack him with Bonkus.
Okay, go for it. Go for glory.
And that is a 24 to hit.
24 hits.
And that is 16 bludgeoning damage.
What does it look like as you knock him out?
I would say like you see Biggus just kind of like he kind of almost like sidesteps a little bit and like ducks in between and just like slams him like in between the two Blade Scouts and then just kind of like knocks him in the head with Bonkus, kind of almost just like poking him with it rather than like swinging it at him.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Yeah, and it's weird to think that a Warforged could be knocked unconscious, but you know, they're people too. and it, you know, he drops to the ground.
And then Biggus whips back around at Blade Scout A and hits him with a hew, or tries to anyway, with my bonus attack.
Sure.
Bonus action. That one is a 22 to hit.
That's a hit.
And that does not get my Great Weapon Master bonus, correct? Or does it?
Technically, I don't think it does. Which is weird.
Well, the funny thing is, I actually had a really good damage roll this time, which I haven't the previous times. So it's actually still 16 damage.
Nice.
And as Biggus swings and hits him, he goes, "I didn't forget about you." And then I'm gonna take my second attack on him as well with Bonkus, and that is a 28 to hit.
8 hits.
You get mastered? No.
And that is 18 bludgeoning damage.
Very nice.
And that will end my turn.
Okay. That's to Caliph. And just a mortal among gods right now. Essentially.
She's really, really glad she didn't decide to jump us after I threw out all that money.
It was your strength had nothing to do with that. It wasn't even a thought in her mind. It was only a thought in your mind. But that is a. Oh, did I roll? I didn't roll with disadvantage. Why would I roll with disadvantage? I'm not attacking that. It's still in me. All right.
He thought he was attacking me.
I did think I was attacking you. Yeah. So that's a 21 to hit.
You're just
which
so
will...
used to doing this.
So used to every attack is disadvantage.
All right. 12 damage. The Blade Scout A. That will end your turn, bringing us to Blade Scout A. He's gonna go for. Oh, and he's still slowed too. Holy moly! All right. He's gonna go for Biggus. Not gonna do it. It's a 17 to hit.
It misses.
Okay. Okay, he does make his save for slowed.
So slow is done then.
Slow is done then. Yeah, that was a 22. Blade Scout B. Blade Scout B is gonna go for Aradel.
Blade Scout A is still trapped in ice, remember?
Yes.
So you put the blue thing around him still, Jake.
Are you happy now?
Oh, I'm not concentrating on anything.
Yeah, but he's stuck in ice, right? You don't
Yep.
need concentration on that, do you?
Oh, I didn't.
No,
I just
no,
yeah. You're right. We're good.
All right, first attack with the arm blade is a 16 to hit. Second attack is a 24 to hit with the arm blade.
That one hits.
Final attack is that one. Final attack is another. That's 26 to hit. So
Okay, 2 of them hit.
2 hits.
2 hits.
Dual ones on them. 7 for the first hit and 14 for the second. So
I rolled into 14 damage. Aradel has taken a chunk of damage, boys.
is there any save to make for the ice thing?
You have to use your action.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah.
the only way out is yeah.
All right. Brings us back to Milo.
You said Aradel's looking rough.
I wouldn't worry about it.
All right.
He is looking relatively rough, but I mean, I don't think there's danger at this point.
Okay. All right. Well, Milo's gonna cast Acid Splash, and he's gonna position it where he gets the 2 blade scouts, but not Biggus. So they both have to do dexterity saving throws, please.
Isn't the new one just an attack? Or are you using the old one?
No, the new one doesn't have them next to each other. It's just a 5-foot radius, so I could potentially get like 4, but it's the Boulder. Basically, they made it the Baldur's Gate version.
Ah, okay.
It's a natural 20 for Blade Scout A and a 22 for Blade Scout B.
They both succeed.
They both succeed.
Look like they're moving kind of nimbly.
So what does that mean?
Nothing.
It's a cantrip, just nothing.
Oh, okay.
If Aradel doesn't look like he's about to drop, I think Milo's gonna just stay put. And that'll be it for him.
He's good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're done.
It's just worth noting that he is a little bit decently hurt.
Aradel, back to you.
Okay.
You have knocked out the Blade Lieutenant by way of blades. Actually, no. I guess you didn't. You tried your best.
I didn't do anything.
You tried your best, but Biggus is the one who knocked out the lieutenant.
Glory stealer, man. I
It's a classic
swear.
moment.
It's like the Legolas and Gimli thing. Where it's, like, it's literally what's happening right now.
Aradel
It
is
only
like
counts as 1.
drenched in sweat. He moved in like a blur. It looked like he had mirror image because he was hitting so fast.
And then the biggest steps up and clunk.
The lieutenant turns around like, "What's going on?" And Biggus, bunk. Okay, I'm gonna attack this stupid blade scout and his stupid friend. Actually,
Right.
I'm gonna go this way. Over there. I did it already. I said it. Oh well.
No, it's fine. I was like, nah, I can't do my acid splash again.
Sorry. I'll be fine if you hit me.
That'll teach you.
That's 21 for the first attack.
Yeah, who are you going after?
Would any of them look worse for wear?
A certainly looks worse. Biggus has been going to town on him.
I'll do a 21 for the first attack, 26 for the second attack, 29 for the third attack.
Right, those are 3 hits.
I might as well just roll the fourth attack. Oh wait, no, I'll swap over my Hunter's Mark to A. Might as well. So that's my bonus action, right? It's not free to do.
Yep, bonus action.
Okay. All right, so that's all of these dice.
And include that. We'll say that you did that first.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not a ranger player. Okay. 21 for the first attack. Also non-lethal. Same thing. 23 for the second attack.
That's it for that one.
Then I'll make the last attack against the other guy. And don't.
Still hits.
Yeah. And that's gonna be 15 for the first attack against that guy, and that's
Yeah. No hunter's mark on that. Right?
no Hunter's Mark on that. No.
Cool.
Well,
All right.
I wouldn't call it cool, but yeah.
So is there anything else you'd like to do for your turn?
Yeah, my last attack against him, I'm gonna sap him. He has disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Well done. Biggus, your move. They're dropping like flies all around you.
So he knocked out Blade Scout A too?
Yep. That seems unnecessary.
Interesting move.
We talked about this, guys. We had a whole session last week about this, guys.
Biggus is just gonna step here, and I'm gonna actually first. Biggus is gonna hit him with the Thunder Gauntlets,
Zap.
or try to. That is a 25 to hit.
That's a hit.
That's 7 thunder damage, and Biggus says, "You're next." He's such a chatty guy when he's fighting. And then he's gonna swing Bonkus at him.
Alright.
And that is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
That is 18 bludgeoning damage. And that will end my turn.
Very nice.
Oh, actually, I'm going to use my bonus action to do defensive field.
Hit defensive field. That sounds cool.
That gives me 13 temp HP.
Nice. Caliph is gonna have a go at him. That is actually I rolled 2 dice at the same time, so it doesn't matter. That's miss on both of your attacks. Which will bring us Blade Scout B, the only remaining survivor. He's gonna roll disadvantage. Attack Aradel. That is a 14, which is obviously a miss. Try again. He's got 2 more tries. Disadvantage on all of them. Yeah, that one's an 11. Last one, would have been a crit, but I think it does still hit. It's a 22 for the last one, unless
Yeah,
you
no, it
parry that.
doesn't. Nope, I'm gonna parry it.
You are gonna parry it? Okay.
There's no
So-
reason not to.
3 misses. Yeah. And that will end its turn. Bring us back to Milo.
Milo's just gonna come around for a little flyby. Ray of Frost! Cox between a 5 and a 15. Ah, Deborah! Alright, that's a 23 to hit.
That's it.
That is 15 cold damage.
Nice.
10.
All right, Milo, is there anything else that you were doing this turn, or are you finished?
15, 20. I think he'll just fly back a square, and then that'll be it for him.
Aradel, your move. Kind sir.
27.
27 is a hit.
27.
22.
Yep.
Ooh, that one might miss.
You're telling me there's a chance.
14.
That's a miss. That's a miss.
That means my next attack is not. Actually, I'm gonna use Hunter's Mark anyways, so it's only 2 attacks gonna hit. All right. 23 for the first hit. Again, non-lethal.
Mhm.
And only 16 for the second attack.
All right. Still up. The Warforged is, they're these creatures of like metal and wood, come to life, and like very small versions of the Colossi that you've found, and it's just dented, cut. One of its arms is like mostly off right now.
Ugh.
And is there anything else you'd like to do? Your turn. You still have a.
I mean, Kayla's a bit non-lethal, friends. Everybody, we're all friends, right, Kayla? That's, yeah. Just really hoping she takes to heart what we said earlier.
It's Biggus' turn.
Galeth might not be the one you need to think about.
Oh, I thought she goes. Oh, yeah, you
She was supposed to, but I screwed up, so then I just changed it for the rest of the
okay.
combat. Biggus, your move.
Biggus is gonna take a swing with Bunkus.
Bonkers.
I'm gonna say this is lethal.
Yeah.
22 to hit. This swing is.
What does it look like as you kill this scout?
Wait,
You fight now.
how much health did this thing have?
It had like 16 hit points left.
He just described how it's like hanging on by a wire, and you're like, no, my first attack. Oh, it doesn't. No, it's fully lethal.
I mean, honestly, there's certain things I would never take away in a regular D&D game, but like when you're doing triple digit damage with blades that are on fire or whatever else you guys are doing, like I really don't buy into you could just decide that they have a hit point left and you didn't actually kill them. Like, no, not unless you're gonna give them insane medical attention. But that's a core rule in D&D. I'm not gonna change it. But come on, chat. Come on, commenters.
Sounds like he's complaining.
Doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Leave a comment below if you like to listen to DMs complain about rules.
I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying it doesn't really make sense. So, Blade Scout B crumbles to the ground, just with a,
Because you just see Biggus just like swing, like not realizing how damaged it was, and it just crumples.
Yep.
Oh, well, any goodwill we had with these guys is now gone.
Why would we want? I mean, do we know these are the Blades people?
They have markings on them that Kalith had told you about for kind of what they look like.
These are from the other hostile group. I don't think we care about goodwill from a hostile group.
But with that logic, every one of them's hostile, so do we not care about anyone's goodwill? Because they're both hostile according to Kalith, so what do we believe? I don't know.
Kalith is like, I don't think I ever told you that the Warforged we're going to are hostile. They're just rogue.
We were definitely told at some point that there was aggression between groups. We didn't just make that up, right?
What was the group that Biggus learned about? Because the notes said there's another hostile group in the region who follow someone called the Lord of Blades.
Yes, that's this group.
Okay. Which is separate from the one that's hoarding the docents. Okay, I thought so.
Blades attack indiscriminately. The pilgrims they've yet to have a conversation with. They just wanted their docents. Felt like they were hoarding supplies. Kalith is just gonna say, so what do you plan to do with them?
Biggus just kind of like turns to Aradel like, yeah, what do you plan to do?
Bargaining chips. 2 different groups, 1 hostile group of Warforged? I don't know. We don't know what their relationship is. If there's 2 different groups, we can assume that there's some sort of discourse between the 2 groups, right?
I might be able to make... actually, Josh, would their nature be constructs and not humanoids?
Yes.
So a spell like Charm Person would not work.
No, it's weird that you say that. I mean, it's a construct, so it shouldn't work. But
It does reference one humanoid.
yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say it won't work. There's another reason why it wouldn't work too, but it's just a wasted ability in in my opinion.
Okay.
I mean, it says although they were manufactured, Warforged are living humanoids.
There you go.
In the Warforged like details.
Well, if they use the language of humanoids, you may certainly try.
Yeah, I mean, Milo says we might be able to make them friendly through magic for a little while.
I was under the assumption that both groups, all the Warforged were potentially hostile because of the whole docent situation. That's what I was under the impression of.
They are all potentially hostile.
So, yeah, I don't appreciate y'all looking at me like I'm crazy, okay?
Milo just stops for a moment and just says, "It's never crazy to care about a people group."
They're people too, Biggus, come on.
Biggus is the one who likes them.
He's also the only one in
dynamic.
this group who has killed one. Just saying. Just.
Oh boy.
Bonkus doesn't discriminate.
It's like the Thor and the weapon
Okay.
kind of thing.
The differences in why Biggus is okay with it is because of the fact they attacked us while we were being attacked by another creature.
Yeah, no, that
That
says
is
a
like
lot.
one of the lowest of low things to do. You know, and so like at that point, Biggus has no like these are not Warforged
You
to
know,
be
he's not misreading it.
reckoned with.
No, that's fair. The logic of Aradel is, regardless of that fact, they may be scummy, whatever. But if the off chance that these are the Warforged who have the docent, which they aren't, but if they were, then having them alive might be a bargaining thing or some sort of benefit to us. However, at this
Or
point,
eliminate them all.
wow, this is getting real dark, real fast. Does Caleb know the relationship between the Warforged groups, if any?
What Caleb has told you is that they've never actually had a conversation with the other
Either.
group. They've been attacked by blades before,
But not by the rogue other group.
not by the other group.
Okay.
Kalith, how far are we from the pilgrims?
Probably say another maybe 2 or so hours away. We're lucky.
Would there be any value in bringing prisoners?
I don't know. I mean,
I think he looks at all three of you at that point, but he's just kind of like,
I mean, we're throwing stuff at the wind at this point.
it might be difficult to travel with them. They're not light.
We can do whatever we want to do. I thought they were all hostile, which is why I didn't realize that they were the wrong group. So,
yeah. Well, why don't we try seeing if I can enchant one of them and see if we can learn anything. So I guess the lieutenant probably, right?
Biggus will help the lieutenant up.
How do you wake up a Warforged?
I have no idea.
I would like to
I mean,
know
I
how
have a
big
sword that has electricity in it. I can just like zap them a little bit, right?
Do you turn on your electric sword?
Oh, good point. No. But my sword has lightning
Sorry.
built in already.
Sorry, guys, I have to stay like this for the rest of the travel.
My sword has normal lightning damage.
I'm just teasing.
Well, I could do it on him while he's unconscious, and then if it fails, we don't have to wake him up. If my attempt fails. If it fails, it's saved. wake him up.
Do you just know if they fail or save? Like,
I feel like I would, but I don't know. Let's wake him up.
What do you? All right. And how do you attempt to wake him up? I'm not gonna say it doesn't work. I just want to know what Biggus would do
What does that look like?
to wake up.
Biggus like scoops some dirt and then just like rubs it in his face.
Oh my goodness.
There's reasons in his method. Don't ask me them, but they are there.
This is exactly why I asked. That's wonderful.
He's such a jolly little dwarf. Everyone loves Biggus, rubbing dirt in an unconscious face.
It's a warforged. You bring them back to Earth, and that is what heals them. Come on.
I'm gonna
Everyone
roll
knows
the
this.
insight that. Hold on a minute. That's a natural 3.
Seems plausible.
Well, the real question
checks
is,
out.
does the lieutenant wake up?
You see glowing eyes or start to open, and it wakes up and looks around, and
Sword to its neck. I'm not letting it move.
I'm not gonna lie, I think you said sword through its neck. And I was like,
You're like, well, that was a 180.
I'm not going anywhere.
you wakes up.
Guys, I really need to learn about this intimidation thing.
Is this good? Does this work? No. I'm gonna just, before it has a chance to really say anything, I'm gonna cast Charm Person on it. And if it can work, it's a wisdom saving throw.
a wisdom saving throw for a charm.
Yeah. Possession's charisma.
That's a dirty 20. That's what that is. What I was thinking, but it's a dirty 20.
That's exactly what it needed.
Natural 18 on the die. He's got a +2.
Yeah.
Which is why slow is such a killer. I'm like, why does this creature have such a high charisma? It's such a everything else.
Have you guys noticed how handsome this Warforged is with dirt in his face?
Yeah, it just has that kind of rugged, cool guy look.
Henry Cavill, what are you doing in my D&D campaign?
What happens now?
And Milo just shakes his head no, looking at Biggus and Aradel.
What happens now is I want some answers. Why did you just attack us out of nowhere?
Why were you here?
We're passing through.
Bad luck.
Sounds like it was your bad luck.
Sounds like it.
This guy must be a blast at parties.
Where is your main camp at?
He's not gonna tell you.
Perhaps the other one will be more cooperative.
Make sure you wake him up when you do it. Or wake him up before we deal with this one. So we can see what happens to this one.
Oh, okay.
Do your worst.
We could learn a lot there, actually. Milo goes over to the scout and just starts to shake it to see if he's not gonna rub dirt in its
No, he
face.
said dirt. Hold on a minute.
Dirt, your worst.
Nothing happens.
Ah. Milo goes,
No,
oh.
you gotta do
Oh.
this. I'll put
And he
my
takes
door-
some.
Okay,
He
you
takes
good?
like,
Okay.
he goes, oh, okay. And he takes some dirt off the ground again and rubs it in his face like Biggus did. And then immediately prestidigitates his hand clean.
Same thing, kind of slowly, like almost like stutters a little bit, like as it's sitting up. Glowing green eyes open. It looks around the room, looks at the lieutenant, and just says, "Bad luck."
Oh,
Oh,
all right.
perfect.
So, Charm Person doesn't say anything about a second attempt, and I only have a level 2 slot, which lets me target an additional person, so there's no reason for me not to try both of them.
All right.
So, I'm gonna cast Charm Person at second level and target both of them.
The lieutenant succeeds again, and the scout rolls a natural 1.
Okay,
and
so do you want me to? It's a little. I feel like it's a little different, but it's has the charmed condition and is friendly to me. When the spell ends, the target knows it was charmed by me, but it lasts for an hour.
the Blade Scout gets like almost like a smile on his face as it looks to Milo. Says, "Thank you for waking me." And then the Blade Lieutenant uses Rally the Troops, which ends the charm condition on the Blade Scout.
Bummer.
And he turns and
Yikes.
frowns and then looks to you.
Bad luck.
Says, "I know what you did."
Yeah, Milo looks at the two of them and goes, "Bad luck."
Indeed.
Biggus looks at the Blade Scout and goes, "Well, if you're gambling Warforged, you can change that bad luck to good luck with a few proper answers." And then he just like clunks the lieutenant and knocks the lieutenant back out.
Okay.
Now you're tempting me to try it again.
Ooh, how many spell slots will it take?
That's the question.
So Biggus asks the Blade Scout, "Where is your main camp at?"
It just looks at you and doesn't say anything.
"You do realize your luck can turn good."
Luck is a construct, much like myself.
And yet you have become so much more. Why
It's
be
just-
limited to what they're telling you to do?
Who's telling me to do?
This pile right here and the so-called Lord of Blades.
There's a look of recognition in the Warforged Scout when you say this. And it will just say, "You shouldn't speak such names."
More like the chump of blades, am I right?
The Blade Scout will attempt to use its arm blade that is attached to its body to hit Aradel.
Sure.
That's a 21 to hit.
Yeah, I do want to block it.
Although I would give that disadvantage because you guys are all around. So that's a 15 to hit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna parry it. Ooh, chump of blades look like we got a chump scout here too.
It just glares at you.
All right, well,
Looks like the Lord of Blades is important to you. Do you serve them willingly?
It's just silent.
Yeah.
can I use my mental thing? Like,
What's your
and
mental
just
thing?
the thing where I can link with a creature and communicate with them telepathically,
Sure.
and just try to deceive it as if I'm someone else.
Who are you attempting to be?
I don't know. I'm gonna
Sure,
say
yeah.
primary directive: return to camp immediately, or something like that. I don't know. I'm pulling it out of my ass.
I like
Oh.
the idea.
Roll deception with disadvantage.
Ooh, disadvantage. Ooh.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. Let me just double check something in my thing. 1 sec.
Your second wind.
Yeah, that's what I'm checking. Actually, I think it's Indomitable, right? No, Indomitable's a saving throw. What's the second win? That's Tactical Mind, right? If you
Yeah.
fail an ability check,
You're gonna have to add a D10.
that, no shit, is a natural 20 and a natural 19. Not even kidding.
Wow.
For a 22.
Josh is like,
But
what is my life
I might
right
have
here?
failed that save, so I'm just gonna add a D10 to it. Did I fail? Is it a failure?
it's such an interesting thing that you're trying to do right now. I mean, I don't even know. I don't. This is one of those situations. Well, okay. We'll say your deception. What's your modifier?
It's only a 3.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was a successful deception. It's a natural 20. I'm not gonna.
Well, no, it was a 19 because it was disadvantage.
Oh.
It's a natural 20 and a 19 is what I rolled. So I rolled a 22 total.
Okay. All right. Then yeah, it failed.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a d10 on top of that. That's a 10, so 20, 32. Get out of this, Josh! I dare you!
You hear? What'd you say? I dare me what?
I said, try to get out of this, Josh! I dare you!
It also rolled a natural 20 on insight. But I'm like, what is even happening? Right. This is me trying to be like, I don't really understand what's going on right now.
Yeah. So I think he succeeds then, regardless.
Well, you have a response that you hear, and also I should say, I don't remember the last time I've seen this many crits in one night too, because I think this is my 4th or 5th.
That was the 4th. Well,
This is
4th
crazy.
natural 20. 4th natural 20.
And
I haven't had one.
And you had 3 in one turn. I guess not 3.
No. It's my 3rd natural 20 tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, because the other 2s were 19s, or the other one was 19.
The black die. You get a response that's just like, who is this?
I'll just say hand of the Lord. I don't know. Pull it out of my ass. I've gotten me this far. Hand of Lord directs you.
The Blade Scout will now say, like, out loud, what trick? Whose trick is this?
What? No one knows. We're all pretending to know. They don't know. I'm just gonna act like I don't know as well.
And with your 30-something charisma roll, it will just look. I mean, it doesn't even know who to say this to. It just kind of directs it at the 3 of you and says, "Our commander Glaive will make mincemeat out of you, interlopers."
Mm-hmm. Glaive. Ooh.
Biggus just laughs. Oh, that's a good one.
Got a contagious laugh.
Right. Okay.
Milo just looks at Kalith and says, "Do you have any experience with the
Just
blades?
let him go.
Trying to interact with them."
We've had some run-ins and a few skirmishes here and there, but usually it's not worth the losses. So typically we'll run.
I will telepathy everyone and tell them all to just let him go. I can track him.
Milo would just turn briefly in Aradel's direction and just kind of sort of shrug a little bit, like, okay. He would respond, but don't we want to see the pilgrims?
We're gonna have to deal with this one way or another eventually, right?
Like, and Biggus just goes, "Well, you let him know we're coming. Let him go."
Ooh, I like that. All right, yeah. Yeah.
Milo's not going to
The
interfere.
Blade Scout gets up, grabs some dirt, throws it in the lieutenant's face.
This is
So
not gonna
fair.
go well.
Oh.
But when he does that, Biggus takes Bonkus, and just before the lieutenant gets up, just
Oh.
and ends the lieutenant.
Roll intimidation with advantage.
Well, that is an 11.
All right. I was looking. Well, yeah, I was looking for a 12. So
I mean, I rolled a 12, but I have a -1 to intimidation, so didn't go so well.
that's with advantage.
Yeah, I rolled a 12 and a 9.
Was he using charisma or strength for it? How about that?
Yeah, you could use your strength for that one.
Okay, so that would be a 16.
Okay. All right. The Blade Scout looks at you and glares, and walks off.
As he walks off, I'm gonna just, as he walks off, I'm going to whisper my verbal component for Hunter's Mark to change to him.
He is marked.
Okay.
So we just follow it?
Then when he's out of earshot and view, I'll be like, well, I can track him for about an hour. Perfect.
Do you want to be a bird?
Actually,
What?
Would you like to be a bird right now to track him?
question.
That's very interesting. Yes. But before you do that, let me just take a quick second wind and a potion.
I think it's worth saying that 2024
the
Hunter's
mist.
Mark only gives you advantage on.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that after I said it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
And it's been very hard to find your way through these parts.
Yeah.
that's fair.
Not to say you won't be able to find them, but they might not be able to follow you.
Nah, we do this. we do this. I can hold on a second. Let me double just check real quick. Hold on.
I just thought being in beast in like an animal form would make it very simple to track.
I mean, is there any magic you guys can do to make us better?
Caleb will just kind of say, I no disrespect to any of you, but I agreed to take you to the pilgrims camp, and that's it. I'm not going to war with you.
Oh, we just want to know where they are. I'm not planning on going to war at all.
We're here for a docent.
Something tells me we're gonna have to deal with them eventually anyways. But the option's there if you want it.
And you don't know where they are? Where camp is, Caleb?
I've never looked for it. We just defend what's ours and try to stay away from them on the road.
Well, I mean, it definitely looks like
Takes a
they
deep
go
breath.
seeking trouble, which could always be bad for your team.
They're, to an extent, I think they're scavengers like us, and only they have no morals. I think they saw an opportunity, thought to take us down while we were fighting the bear, but they didn't know who they were dealing with. Neither did I, actually.
Don't have any sense of humor either.
I mean, the one was kind of funny.
Now that's funny.
As I think your instincts are right, Aradel, but I think with everything that's going on, I think perhaps we should continue to try and find a docent right now, and maybe the pilgrims will know where their camp is. I don't know. He kind of just looks down to like think about it. He just looks at Biggus.
The option's there. That's all I wanted.
I mean, I definitely think the docent is the best option right now.
You want to split the party?
I mean, you could make me an eagle
that
and
would
I'll
be
just
the-
do that. Yeah.
That would be the polymorph move. But I don't want you getting lost. Maybe
You know,
Milo
the funny thing
will
is,
just
I
ride on your
probably
back.
have. The funny thing is, I have a damn good perception. Like, it's just I've done very poor rolls to.
Well,
with
how thick is the
navigation.
mist? Are we still in the mist?
Pick. Yeah.
Yeah, like,
It's everywhere. You haven't really been in a place where the mist wasn't there.
I definitely think we should stick together.
we need the docent.
I mean, if if Caliph, you're not saying that, you know, they are an absolute thorn in your side or a daily danger to you and your people, and you would rather just go on our original thing, I do think that's probably what we should do.
Well, normally anytime we've run into each other, we either avoid the confrontation altogether or just exchange a few blows before running. So we've definitely run into them a few times, but we've gotten pretty good at conflict avoidance when we're out in the wilds.
I think your read on the situation is right.
I don't plan to be here much longer. Thanks to you.
Yeah, we
Aradel.
should avoid anything for them. Just get them out of here, right? I guess that's the better option.
Yeah.
The only threat they're going to be is to the other Warforged now, so...
Let's see where they're at.
Can we take... So one of the Warforged, you said they have some sort of distinction depicting them as a blade or whatever?
It's like a marking, like for their warband.
What's the marking? Is it like on their arm or something?
Mm-hmm.
All right, can I cut the arm off and throw it in our hole? Whatever has the marking on it, I want to throw it in our portable hole.
Yeah, absolutely. There's like a oil type liquid that kind of pours out when you cut the arm off, and you're able to drop it in the portable hole as long as Milo will allow it, freak as he is.
Is there anything visible?
Oh, my pocket square.
Is there any visual distinction between the lieutenant and the others?
Not really, no.
Okay, then I'll just make sure we have something of a Warforged that depicts this blades. And I'll be like, just in case they don't like the other group.
That's one way of proving that you might be friendly.
But if they have a problem
as
with
many
the group,
paths to success as we can have, the better. Hold on, let me just show you something.
That was smart, Captain.
aye, Biggus. He doesn't know how to respond, so he'll just say aye.
I guess we're marching onward.
As we march on, I'll mutter to myself. I'll look at Caleb and be like, "Hey, anywhere I can buy a cool captain hat?" Like, and that's just as we fade into the mist.
She's not able to offer anything to you as far as that goes.
Damn it, Caleb.
I could give you some moldy bread, maybe. You know. Perhaps a soft rock.
Can I interest you? Oh no.
All right. Yeah. So you go back to your traveling. Let's get another one of these. Yeah.
It's worth noting for us as well. We probably should do some sort of short rest because Aradel is doing a little not the best.
Yeah, I would like that too.
Is that what you do then?
I guess Biggus is okay with it.
Oh,
We should be in a different location. We should be in a different location though, in case they come back. But
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So sorry to be a bother.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
10, 14 plus 12.
I mean, I only took a total of 5 actual damage that time. I love temporary HP.
That adds up. All right, I gotta get my arcane recovery.
Yeah, I'm kind of the only one who took real damage. I mean, Milo took a few hits, right? Yeah.
Milo was down to about half, but he healed himself once, and then I just used some hit die. But he's gonna do all 4 of his level 1s and his level 3 to get back.
Nice. That's arcane recovery.
Yeah.
That's strong.
31.
Yeah, one short rest in a day, I can I can do
Yeah.
this. Oh, what do we have here?
So as you continue traveling through, you see a windmill that kind of just towers above in the distance. One that Kaelith had already kind of told you about, and she said she'll say to you, "This is the Warforged camp. How do you all want to approach this? Say like you're still a good distance away, but you could see the windmill now. Can't really get a good look at everything in the town, but it's on the horizon."
Kaelith, it might be best if we go alone from here. If you've had previous interaction with them, they may see us as enemies as we get close if you're with us.
If that's what you want, I wouldn't want to make things more difficult for you.
I mean, we may be able to bargain with them and not and get what we need without things going sideways.
Have you had previous interactions with them yourself?
We've never spoke, but we know of each other.
And what do you know of each other? Is it just you know about their existence? Have you has there been any sort of hostility between you all, or just as if we were walking and we know of them? Same thing.
Well, maybe a little more than that, but no, we've never fought, never spoke, never fought. But my people keep tabs on them.
Okay, I mean, I understand the thought of leaving her behind, but at the same time, I think that might also be risky for her as well. So, what do you guys think?
Kaelith, your gut feeling, if you were present with us when we speak with them, do you think that would help, hurt, or have no effect on our goals?
I don't. Well, it wouldn't help. But I don't think it would necessarily hurt either. Probably somewhere in the realm of no effect. I would imagine that their scouts have already seen us, if I'm being totally honest. So they likely already know that they've probably already seen us traveling together.
Well, then if that's the case, then you should stick with us.
Okay.
Stay close to me if it gets difficult. I might be able to get all of us out of here, assuming it works. And he just looks at Biggus and Aradel like,
Biggus kind of just like gives him a look.
But that does mean I have to swap my spell, because I would have. Yeah, I can swap it. Continue.
So how do you want to approach?
Right on.
Well, like stealthy. You want to just walk up?
No, I was just walking in until we get approached by them.
Yeah.
Is what I would say. I mean, unless the rest of the group feels strongly otherwise.
I think it's more honest. I like that.
I feel like we're here to talk to them. We're not here to steal from them or, fight unless things turn that way.
Not trying to rob you. Trying to bonk you.
I think we could very safely swap preparing charm person on that short rest for teleport.
Yeah, so as you get closer to this compound, Ielos, a windmill towers above this ruined village. The windmill's sides and blades are reinforced with badly rusted steel plates, and the attached wooden outbuilding is in shambles. There's muddy roads that separate the mill from the ruined buildings. In the center of a nearby intersection stands an eroded stone statue of a humanoid draped in colorful scraps of cloth. And as you're approaching, you notice that there's upwards of 10 Warforged here and 3 of them walk out front to kind of get in between you and the town. So they meet you up front and just ask, "What business do you have here? If you've come for trouble, you're in the wrong place."
We have not come for trouble at all. We are on a mission from another plane. And to find what we are looking for, we were told a docent might help us locate what we need. And we heard that you may have some, and we were hoping to try to see if there was any bargain that could be struck for us to acquire one.
Those docents are sacred to our people, and I know that this one has been sending scouts here to try to take something from us. I can only assume that it's our docent.
She is
Why?
the one who let us know that you did have them, but we came here to, not to steal, but to see if there was any sort of bargain or deal that could be made. We're not in this for money. There is some massive evil going on across the plains that we are trying to avert.
Roll.
Can I?
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What were you?
May I ask? This is. I don't know much about what docents are. May I ask how they are sacred to you?
Part of me wants to just say, "You may not."
Bad luck.
These powerful artifacts like us were created to fight in someone else's war, and they belong with the Warforged. They belong with us. And Biggus, you could roll persuasion. What you have?
Side note, guys, do we know if we need like one of these for long term, or do we just?
We just have to connect the piece of the rod to it. I would imagine that would be reversible.
Okay.
It is 17.
17.
Ooh, just like them wisdom saves.
Nice. Yeah. So she'll say to you, I'm not sure what we would possibly have to gain from helping you as far as a trade like you suggest, but you really do need this for something important.
Yes.
How would a docent?
We are trying to reassemble a rod, and to find one of the pieces that should be around here, the docent should be able to help us refine our search.
Tell me more about this rod.
Have you
Buy me
heard
dinner
of,
first.
Have you heard of the rod of 7 pieces?
No,
It was
What-
an immensely powerful rod that, due to its power, after it was used for the purpose, which I don't know exactly, it was broken into 7 pieces and scattered across the different planes.
So it's some sort of very powerful magical artifact?
Yes.
I've never seen it myself, but I've heard tales of an unusual Colossus, at least twice the size of the other Colossi.
Biggus' eyes actually get wide at that.
Milo too.
It
With a little bit of excitement behind it.
was powered not by a docent, but by some sort of device called a gray matter engine. And that incorporated part of some sort of artifact. It must have been something powerful, perhaps what you seek?
Do you know where this construct is?
I know the direction. Yes. I've never gone up close to it. I've only seen in the distance. You sometimes, if the mist clears, you can catch a glimpse of the head of this massive thing. But I've heard that the well, I don't know. I think. Do you think that would be what you're looking for? That gray matter engine, it was said to generate a magical barrier around Landro, making it impossible to enter the machine, except where the barrier is already broken.
I mean, it definitely sounds promising, but you know, I know there are very strong magical artifacts all across different lands, and this land seems especially unique with those kinds of things.
Hold one moment. She'll kind of call for someone else to come. She'll say, do you have any sort of map of the area?
She's asking us.
Yeah.
I would say Biggus would kind of turn and maybe look at Caliph, because I don't think we do we?
Did we?
Nobody ever gave you one. No.
No, I don't think we did. Yeah.
So she will kind of like pull out a parchment and start to draw a makeshift map. And you know, she's got the river flowing down in the middle, kind of where it opens up to a lake as well. Then on the far east side, is somewhere along that mountain. That's where the tales say that Landro is. Actually, should be just east of here.
Is there nothing that we could do for you, or anything that you all need that we might be able to still use a docent just to see if that is what we are looking for? I would hate to travel days or weeks even and then find that that's not the artifact we're actually looking for.
Of the docents we have, only one is still working, and we don't know you. So even though I believe you, I don't want to give you our greatest treasure. Have it not be returned.
Did we get an answer as to why they're sacred to them?
She just said that they were used like the Warforged. They were created to fight in the last war.
God.
And they're meant to be with Warforged.
Okay.
What was the name of the Colossus you said? Landro?
Landro, yeah.
Would exploring Landro have value to you and your people? Is there something there to work with? We are capable.
We are scavengers like your friend here. So any parts and things are always helpful. Everybody roll me a persuasion check. I want all three of you. So
Yikes.
I need a 15. We could do 2 out of 3.
I got a 14.
You got
I got 7.
Oof.
I got a natural 1.
All right. Yeah.
Kill the intruders. Not just kidding.
No can do'sville, Daddy-o.
All right. right. Well, at least we have a lead to go off of. We could probably go explore there, and if we find anything of use that we think might be of use for them, we can return it back here. But overall, this has been much more pleasant than those blades.
Biggus actually tenses up just a little bit when Aradel says that.
They
You
attacked
had
us on sight.
Run-ins with the blades.
They attacked us on sight. We were traversing through the forest and we were attacked.
They are sorry excuses for our kind.
Oh, now I feel even better about that. Okay.
We
Yeah.
were being attacked by a blaze bear when they ambushed us.
That sounds like their tactics. They've come after us once or twice, and our numbers are helpful.
All right.
Please, you're welcome to stay here for the evening if you would like.
Do we get the Warforged drunk?
How late is it?
It's like night at this point, or like at the very least sunset, as you had already been traveling for a few hours before you got into the fight.
But I bet these guys party better, or they have better senses of humor than the blades do. They might be more fun.
One of them just like opens its mouth and there's a light show.
Guys, after that display, I mean, come on.
No, that was a joke.
Biggus is like, that is so generous, and we would gladly take you up on that offer. Thank you.
You're welcome. But you, why the change of heart? You have no need for our belongings now?
Who is she talking to?
Just to
Josh has talked to himself now.
Yep.
Caleb.
I figured, but he didn't respond, so I was like, oh, is he talking to us?
Yeah. No, he says to Caleb, and Caleb will just pause for a moment and just say, well, for one, I didn't know that held those things sacred to you, but you're not the only ones who live here, and we're struggling too. But these fine people have helped us, so we have all we need. We won't be bothering you. In fact, we'll hopefully be leaving this region very soon. She'll just say, well, I'm glad to hear that. You may call me Mercy.
Mercy, do you know? You can call me. He glances over at Aradel and Biggus and says, "You can call me Milo. These are my friends, Biggus and Captain Aradel Brightmaw."
Aradel was gonna introduce himself as Captain anyway.
I was wondering if you know anything more about the mist, maybe its source or why it's here. Or does it serve a purpose or function? Is there a way to banish it or theories therein?
If you would have to be one of the strongest casters in existence. All of these things came to pass after the day of mourning in the last war.
I'm no slouch. He smiles.
He's a doctor, by the way.
But if there is a way, I would be curious to learn.
I don't know of such things. I know that Landro, from what I've heard, I wasn't on that side of the battle, but Landro was one of the last and worst weapons created. So
What?
perhaps he has something to do with it. I don't know.
What's the day of? What was it? Morning?
Yeah, day of mourning was like a. It was kind of like. Did I tell any of you about this? Did we roll and I don't think we did. Maybe we did.
I don't recall it.
Okay. All right. So does Aradel ask Mercy that?
Yeah, I mean, I would ask. Yeah.
Where are you from, Kalashtar, that you don't know? Excuse me, Captain Kalashtar. That you're not familiar with the day of
Oh, that's a
mourning.
good point. I suppose I would know that, wouldn't I?
Well, you weren't. You didn't grow up in Eberron, did you? Weren't you?
Well, that's
like,
where the Kalashtar are from, I'm pretty sure.
that's where the race is from, but you were.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't actually I decided that. I've been traveling a long time, and I don't remember the last time I was here, or remember much of it for that matter.
Enough. The day of mourning, it's the day that the nation of Seer was destroyed. It's where you were from, right? Caliph will just kind of like nod. They'll tell you that there was some sort of magical holocaust. They don't know exactly what caused it, but many Bothans died. They really don't know exactly what caused it, but it's expected that it has to do with all of the different rituals and creations that were used during the war. But after the day of mourning, nothing was the same. That's why the war ended.
Trying to think of things we could ask right now, but you guys got anything?
Let me show you. Oh.
No, go ahead.
No, if you have a question, go for it. I was about to.
I was just gonna say that like Biggus would spend the night chatting with them, but not like any RP specific,
Okay. Yeah. So Mercy will just say, "Let me show you where you can stay for the night." She'll kind of bring you to an area, and I think we'll pick up from there next session. If you have questions, like specific questions for them, we'll go over that next week, and and then we will continue our journey, attempting to find Landro, and hopefully the third piece of the Rod of Seven Parts. Everybody, thank you for joining us this evening. Be sure to check out Lee at youtube.com/@thiscrits, Michael at Mr. Yoda_I_am, and me and Jake, JnJtabletop at JnJake_. That's us. So if you enjoyed this, you're still here, drop a comment and like the video. See you on the next one.